Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back. Welcome back. Listen, we about to go ahead and watch one of our favorite court shows, okay? Outside of paternity court is Judge Mathis, okay? So let us go ahead and get into the show to see exactly what this case is all about.
Plaintiff Linda Reese says the defendant is her daughter, and by the time she was 17, she had 2 kids and was a stripper. Linda feels the defendant is trying to make her look like she was a bad mother by making up lies about her, so she's suing for defamation. Defendant Tiara Reese and her stepmother Sandra Wynn say Linda was a bad mother because there was constant drinking and smoking around Tiara when she was a child, and Linda brought men into the home who sexually abused Tiara. She's countersuing for pain and suffering.
Listen, I feel like right out the gate, y'all, the judge is probably going to eat up the plaintiff because this woman said that she was SA'd by her mom's, meaning that her mom would bring it to the household. So, I don't know, girl. I feel like the judge is going to tear into her, but we are going to see because I don't know. We're going to find out. Let's get into it.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Is your name really Linda Reese?
Yes.
That's my wife's name.
Oh. So that means you my husband.
Look at that, wasn't you? Where you from?
Detroit, Michigan.
Oh my goodness. That means you as well, right, Tiara?
Yep, I'm your niece.
Hilarious.
All right. Let me
I
hear
thought
from
she
you
was the
first.
plaintiff's
She was
daughter.
my youngest daughter.
So then
the
she
problem
would be
started
his-
when she got in middle
his
school.
daughter.
What part of town were you all in?
West Side. I was at work. I always worked the whole while she was here. Just work.
Good.
Problem started middle school. She started having sex. She come up pregnant. First year of high school. Okay. Got rid of that baby.
Find a different way to say. She chose her health over having the child.
Okay, yeah, she chose her health
chose my health.
over having the child.
Oh, no, mama chose her
4
health.
months
That's
later,
common.
Another pregnancy. So that's when
She delivered that child. Chose her
her
health over that child as well.
her witness helped her get rid of.
All right. Ain't no getting rid of.
I'm sorry. She chose her health over that one.
Okay.
Fast forward that. 6 months later, pregnant again. This time she had it.
Okay.
Okay.
What age
Third
was that?
time she had it.
15 at this point.
No.
15 and a half,
Did she
I'll say.
finish high
15.
school?
No. So when she delivered that baby, I say, well, she was delivering my granddaughter. I say, give me the baby, go back to school. Finish your education, I'll get the baby.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm watching her child. Well, I say, come home after school. I didn't see her till around 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night. Okay, that continued.
Not if
At
I
the
got
same
your
time,
damn baby.
I have another child that I had to
Get your-
tend to.
Where
this
would she
house.
tell you she was going?
She went to go do somebody's hair. Never could call me and let me know that she would
Right.
be late coming back. Her daughter's 3 months now.
Wow.
I say, why my grandbaby got teeth in her mouth? You not pregnant again, are you? She told me no.
What does that mean? What does
Means
that
she
have
was-
to do with being pregnant again?
They said that's called getting out the way for another child.
Really?
Now, I ain't
Yeah.
never heard about no
All
baby
right,
having
that
no damn
means you got
teeth at
another
3
one coming.
months.
I was like, you
I
not
have no
pregnant
idea.
again, are you? No, Mom, I'm not pregnant again. Gonna find out, she was pregnant again.
Damn.
Still in high school?
No, she
Wow.
dropped out of school at this point because I stopped watching her child because she kept taking advantage of me. Fast forward 17, I find out she's stripping. What are you doing stripping? I got to do what I got to do. No, you don't have to do that because I never had to do that. I got 4 kids. I never had to do that. Then after she started stripping, she started talking down on me because she getting all this money. So now I'm broke.
I'm sure she got something to tell me different. Go ahead. Let me start with
Wow.
you.
Hi, Judge Mathis. Me and my mother never had a great relationship, as you can see.
Starting at what age?
Well, my mother ran a party house. She sold drugs as well at that house. Everybody was smoking and drinking around children.
Ma'am, is this true?
No.
We never had the real mother and daughter relationship that I always wanted from her. All she did was put me down as a kid. I was molested at the age of 4. I was doing sexual things because it really hurts and it takes me to a dark place, actually, because she let all these men into the home and worked at a bar, never was home. It led up to last year whenever her and my father got into an altercation at my house in front of my children because she broke his electronic devices, which is his phone and his tablet. My daddy was falling on hard times. So I let my daddy come live with me. My mother has always been jealous of me and my father's relationship.
Have you all ever had a good mother-daughter
Only because I
relationship?
was
She told
forcing
you no.
everything to have a mother. Yes, I did get an abortion at the age of 15, then 16, and 17 I did have a child, and I was not even living with her. I was living with my 2 children's father people, and they helped me. I dropped out of school because I was coming home. My mother had bed bugs. She had a generator, and the house was mice infested.
Where did you go?
I had to live with, I was in a relationship, I was with my children's father. I lived with them. My mother also was getting benefits from DHS and had a whole candy store open off me and getting all my stamps from me being pregnant with my second child. And she sold all the stamps, and me and my children I had to do break. I'm a hairstylist and a makeup artist. So I did have to do hair, go to the plasma bank to pump for blood. She dropped me there off a couple times. I'm in a battle every day, just so I won't be anything like her. Also, I sent them her ex-boyfriend, the guy who molested me.
Her daughter's 3 months now.
Wow.
I say, why my grandbaby got teeth in her mouth? You not pregnant again, are you? She told me no.
I don't know. I feel like that girl ain't lying about all her
being
story.
pregnant
I wouldn't be
again.
surprised
They
if the
say
mama
that's
really
called
did
getting
run that type
child
of
getting out the way
household
for another child.
that resulted in that
Yeah.
baby being
Plaintiff
touched
Linda Reese
and
is
all
suing
of
her
that.
daughter, who claims as a child, Linda brought men into their home who sexually abused her.
You saw him?
I saw him. I called 2 people in my family that means so much to me. I was shaking, I was breathing, I was panicking. And I just needed somebody to be there by my side so that I can't go in there and confront him. That's the only thing I just told my friend, just take me home. I just need to see my kids. I seen my children and my daughter heard me crying, and I was trying to hold myself together, and I had to walk outside and get some air. My daughter, I came back inside, my daughter was on the phone with my mother. I have the recording.
What are you telling me?
Do you? What you recorded? What is it?
What is it?
It's the recording of my mother saying that my daughter asked my mother, well, Grandma, whose side are you on? My mother said she's not on nobody's side. As a mother, I wanted for my mother to hold my hand and help me confront these people who did these things to me. Instead, she wants to.
Now, you've told me about the one guy.
Yeah.
Boyfriend.
It's
Another?
Yes, it was a friend of hers who she had in the house because she had them selling weed for. My mother is here to sue me for defamation of character because, yes, I went on a Facebook rant because of me not having nobody. And especially at a time like this is the lady who's been by my side. This is my stepmother. My mother used to send me over there with 8 to 10 thank you bags with roaches in them because I didn't know nothing about shaking out no bags.
Girl, she
about
about to make me
clothes
damn
or
cry,
whatever.
'cause that shit
My
is
mother
real.
is portraying
Like,
herself to be this
women
Christian
literally
woman.
be
Was
just
your
like
mother on
that.
drugs?
That shit
My mother
sad.
told me at the age of when I was 11 years old, my mother told me that she was dealing with a cokehead. Okay? And she got drunk one time. She was so drunk that she came and told me and one of my siblings that she was trying the drugs too, which it made sense because she used to go on binges with this man and be
listen,
gone weeks at a time.
People don't do.
I truly believe what this girl is saying because the mama went from doing all this over exaggerated, and then now she just over there rocking from side to side because that girl over there eating. You know, some of that stuff that girl is saying is facts, okay? And that little last part about the binges, she was like, she did this. Like, yeah, you probably wasn't doing binges, but you was doing enough of it for a fact. But the mama calming down a little bit on her reactions. And I feel like that girl's not lying on her. That's crazy. I really hate that because when that girl say her mama sent her over there, now listen, I don't know who's telling the truth, but I believe it because I be seeing so many mamas let their kids go out the house just clothes dirty, mouth dirty, fat body dirty, like girl. And then I can't, girl, don't make me get on the spill. Listen, I don't like shit like that, girl. I don't like when people buy kids nice stuff and then they let them go over there and then when they come back the shit be raggedy and dirty and like, girl, what's going on over there? what's going on, girl. That's why I'm just, girl, I'm not tell nobody else's business and just keep it to myself. But just understand, BIT, when I give kids something, the shit stays with me. Try not to shin it over. Girl, let me just press. Girl, let me get back.
Too many binges snorting cocaine. Binges are crack cocaine.
Crazy.
And you saying she told you her boyfriend snorted cocaine?
Yes.
Nah.
I have evidence showing
Well,
where.
let me get back to her now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ma'am, what do you say
Because
to all these
she-
things?
Yeah, what you
She
say,
just sat
ma'am?
up and just gave y'all a whole story. Like we here for the lies today, but she wants to say that. What was that she said? I done lost count of stuff.
Well,
that
she
was saying.
said that 4 years old, one of your men that you were with sexually assaulted her, AKA molested her as a 4-year-old. There was another man she mentioned. That's what she said.
Okay, now we're gonna fast forward to that. Now this story that she just brought up or whatever, I'm just not finding out this molestation thing last year.
It
Now,
does not
she
matter
first
when
brought it
you
up
found it
6
out.
years
It don't
ago,
mean she
when she
lying.
put it on Facebook, I should have brought it in. But I say no,
You just said two different things. You said you just found out about
Okay.
it, and then you said 6 years ago.
let me go back because it's in, if you look on page 9.
I just gotta go with what you tell me.
Okay.
Before we go into that, you got what you tell me got to make sense.
Okay, right. First she said that it happened to her.
No.
when she-
Let's go back when you said you first learned of it.
6 years
Because
ago.
the first thing out your mouth was this molestation thing, kind of diminishing it, by the way.
I'm sorry.
And that's a major crisis.
Eat her.
This
Eat her,
molestation thing, I just found out about it last year. And then you said, and 6 years ago, when she first told me about it, or when I first found out.
Let me back up.
Go ahead.
Eat.
Okay, she was on Facebook talking about this 6 years ago. One of
6
my-
years ago?
Yeah, one of my kids brought it to me. She said one person did it. And then her auntie came and said, well, she told me somebody else did it. So we had made up or whatever, started back speaking. Conversation, it never came back up. So last year,
What did you come back up for? You know, and what did you do when you found out?
I went
'Cause
and
you
found
just said you knew.
I went and found the guys. They was like, I don't know what she talked about. I said, well, she said you touched her.
Okay.
He said, well, I didn't touch her. I said, come on now. I said, this is my daughter. I'm going to believe my daughter.
Okay.
Okay. They was like, well, what's up? I said, well, are you willing to take a lie detector test?
Okay.
They said, yeah.
So hold on. Ma'am, do you know that she confronted somebody about you?
She said she was going to ask them, but she never.
Told you that she did?
Yes,
No.
because we haven't talked in over a year.
Okay. Go ahead.
Can you look at the evidence, please? Were we in this text
Yes.
messages?
What page?
Page 9.
Okay. Write it out so I can turn your statement in. Don't forget to sign and date it. As a mother, it's my job to press charges. So far, everything she's done is correct. I'm going to let the police do their job. So far, she's done everything she should do. Anything else you want to say before I allow her to tell me more about what she feels regarding these things? All right, I'll go to you, ma'am. What do you say?
Okay, go ahead.
She said she
I'm
You
not
followed up,
going to
ma'am.
bring up
So what do you say to that?
roaches in the bed.
Hey, be quiet. I asked if you wanted to say something. You said no.
I'm sorry.
The fact that I have very much of detail of telling my story about the things that happened to me. My mother left us home alone. My sister and brother were down the street playing. I was 9 years old when I had to watch my 2-year-old brother. I was laying in her bed. Her ex-boyfriend, the guy who I seen, came in the room. I heard his keys jangling on his belt loop. He came in. He waved in front of my eyes, looked, laid in the bed, got under the cover with me. I felt him pulling his pants down.
Wow, I
Had
don't
his
wanna
left
hear
hand on
this.
his penis and had his right hand rubbing my left thigh.
Wow.
Okay? I'm telling her right here on page 1 and 2, my story. And she said, are you sure that this happened to you? I said, Ma, yes, this is what happened. And from the sounds of it, sound like you do not believe me. She said, your story just sound like what happened to
My other daughter was not
sister.
even living
And she
with
said
me.
she pistol whooped him. I don't remember that. My mama, we grew up with my mother saying, whatever happens in my house stays in my house. Don't speak unless you're being spoken to. If anything that happens in here, y'all go out and tell, CPS will come get you. So I was scared. I had got my voice at the age of 17 once I started having children because I was too scared as a child to get torn away from my siblings.
She done just painted me.
My mother,
No, that's
she
a
can
common
bring up the
thing.
fact that I've been pregnant But my mama has never been, she's never been there.
Anything else
This
you want to
case
say
is about
before
me
I allow
not
her
finna get thrown
to
out.
tell me more about what she feels regarding these things? All right, I'll go to you, ma'am. What do you say?
Okay, go ahead.
She said she
I'm not
followed up,
I'm not gonna
ma'am.
bring up
So what do you say to that?
roaches in the bed.
Hey, be quiet. I asked if you wanted to say something. You said no.
Plaintiff Linda Reese is suing her daughter, who claims as a child, Linda brought men into their home who sexually abused her.
Man, why did you start there with your statements? Why did you start with pointing out all of her flaws and one step away from degrading her?